Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls Pregame. Presented to you by PointsBet. Don't forget that promo code CHGO when you sign up to live your bet life. Joey's already with the foghorn.
He's there. Joey, did I hear music coming out of those earphones? Did I hear that?
You can hear that?
Yeah. My ears are pretty good, man.
Yeah, there's music.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's the same music that plays every episode.
It was our pregame intro song.
Okay. I thought
you guys have by far the best intro song of all the CHGO shows.
I'm a fan of it.
And I would guess that Big Dave picked it, but that's just my
I think he did. When they asked us, they're like, pick your own intro song. I was like, Dave, that is all you.
I literally sat right there on that couch. It was writing down like this song, this song, this song, this song, this song.
And Vado number 5.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Woo!
I think we should have more music for these segments too, by the way. We'll have that discussion later.
Absolutely.
We'll talk.
The Listening with Big Dave. I'm Matt. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Pack. That's Big Dave. He is at BWL Sports. We are CHGO_Bulls. Our guy, our producer, Joey, hanging out with us. He's chiming in already. Guys, we are all alone here in our West Loop studios tonight for Bulls pre and post. I feel unsupervised.
That's not.
It feels like the beginning to that. What's that movie? Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Let's get into some mischief tonight, you guys.
Joey doesn't know about that movie, man. Why would you do that?
Okay, well, yeah, that's true.
I don't. But I'm embarrassed to admit now, and I don't know about certain things.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about. There's no reason you should even know that movie exists, man.
All right,
it's a classic.
It's not saying it's not, but he should.
It's not a Grapes of Wrath situation.
It's not a Grapes of Wrath situation, right? Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Love this comment here.
Shout out to our boy Troy. First of all, our super fan from Australia who said, "Hey guys, actually here live for once. What up, Troy?
Good to see you.
Much
Troy.
love, buddy.
Nice to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Can we talk about Broken Mike for a second, real quick?
You want to talk about Broken Mike?
I want to talk about Broken Mike. So
this is my Space Jam Mike.
Yeah.
In two halves.
As you can see, there's one behind the jersey and there's one sitting on the trophy. I went to pick Mike up one day and sit him down here for the show because we hasn't been here in a while. And I was like, oh, okay. And then when I went to pick him up, he was he was in the half.
Just a half a mic.
He was a half a mic, all right? He was a half a mic. And
we got the legs over here on the Larry O'Brien.
Yeah, man. And I don't know who did this, but whoever did it, sat it there, broke it, sat it back there, and just waited for somebody like myself to come pick it up to see if it was broken.
Get away with it.
Seriously.
Somebody keeps breaking these, man.
If it was Jake.
Yeah.
Shout out Jake, our GM
He's
here
a
at
menace.
CHGO.
He's a menace.
The most sweetheart of a man.
He is.
But that would put his bobblehead / Chicago sports figurines death toll at 4? 3?
3.
At least 3 that we know of.
Yeah, 2 I know for sure he took out. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that because they sit in the funeral home on the couch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, with their heads there on the parlor. This one, if this was him, man, dude, we gotta have the conversation. Intervention. He's taking some stress out on these
bobbleheads are ridiculously fragile, is one thing I've learned in my time here.
Yeah, but this isn't even a bobblehead.
Right, that's more of like an action figure.
Yeah, just a figurine. And if you notice on the foot of Jordan, you'll see the last name of Peck written already on the bottom foot.
Yeah,
of it,
man.
just to let you know who's it.
I'm like Andy from Toy Story.
That's right.
I brought in a bunch of figurines and Chicago collectibles to adorn our set here at the studios.
You did.
But I made damn sure that when I or all of us leave here, hopefully never, if that day comes, I know what shit is mine.
You know what you came with.
Exactly.
Leave it what you
and
came
more
with.
importantly, other people know what shit is mine. So
That's-
people don't. I hate
important.
when people are like, "Oh, I accidentally thought this thing of yours was my thing. That's mine." And I'm like, "How do you just assume that you have something that you don't remember acquiring?"
I mean, I could have had it, right? No, you could not have.
Yeah.
He wrote his name on it. It does not belong to you.
It does not.
Yes.
And actually, shout out to my buddy Coons, who's the one who got me this MJ figurine.
Shout out, Coons.
He is one of the most guilty people in the world of doing that.
Breaking them?
Yeah, no, claiming things are his when they're obviously not. Like we used to live together, and when we moved out a little over a year ago and went our separate ways, we were like packing up kitchen stuff, and I have like these really nice rocks glasses, like Scotch glasses that my brother handed down to me, and he was packing up one of them as if it was his, and I was like, dude, no, my brother, who you know, gave me this Scotch glass. How do you think it was yours?
On the real, that's kind of trifling.
Dude.
but
I hate to call you out, Coons, but it's true, and you freaking know it.
I like how you know it, though. You accept him for who he is. You're like,
it's true.
I know this is what he's going to do. then we're just gonna roll on with it that way. See,
I love him anyway.
He does it around people he knows loves him. So
right,
you can't do
exactly.
that around strangers, my
It's
friend.
a huge pain in the butt, but God help me, I love him. It's like how you feel about me.
But you're not a huge pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Not a huge, not a huge pain in the butt, sir. Not a huge one. You're awesome.
Okay. Enough of this nonsense.
Yes.
Let's get to other nonsense.
What's up, Ivan?
Real quick, before, like, there is some breaking news just across my timeline just now. Io starting again at point guard.
Nice.
Patrick Williams going to the bench.
Ooh.
Javonte starts.
Ooh, interesting.
That we will come back to that in just a minute.
Interesting.
Because we have our stamp of the night that we're going to talk about, who we want to put our stamp on this game.
Pow!
My answer just got more interesting. But before that, more foolishness.
More.
I don't know if you guys caught Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show last night.
Of course.
I did not. Fallon sucks. However, his guest was someone else who sucks. NBA Hall of Famer Dwyane Wade.
But you love the. All right, we ain't gonna get into that. I mean, he had a poster of him. I'm just saying. Like, it was the thing. He had one.
Briefly. Anyway, in case you missed it, Dwyane Wade was telling stories to Jimmy Fallon on the Tonight Show last night, and he told this story about when then President Obama invited some NBA players to come scrimmage at the White House. Take it away, Joe.
This is familiar. I like to see.
Email, huh?
Yeah. No, I didn't get that one. So we're scrimmaging with President Obama, and he brings us all in, and he'd say, hey, I want you guys to play hard and play like this is a real game. And then we looked around the court, and there's Secret Service all around the court.
Yeah.
And it's like, we can't touch you.
You can't play a real game. What are you talking about?
We can't foul you for real. So
imagine if you did that.
No, Joakim Noah did.
He did?
Oh, he picked him up full court, was elbowing him and everything. It was great.
As he should. That's why he never got
Yes, that's my guy. In case you needed any more evidence that Joakim Noah is one of the hardest freaking ballers that has ever come through the NBA.
Oh, man.
Everyone was treating President Obama with kid gloves.
Yeah.
Scared that if they fouled him too hard, they were going to get taken down by the Secret Service.
Yes.
And Joakim was like, no, F that. Full court press.
Full court press. Well, I'd like to know Joakim's side of this story, too.
Right.
I really want to know his story about this as well. But that is hilarious. That is hilarious. And that is pure Joakim.
Absolute
It's who
Joakim.
he is, man. To that point, that is exactly who Joakim Noah is. Oh, you on the court? Oh, we'll go ahead. We about to play some ball. That's right. You know, look at Colin. Instantly cracks my top 5 Joakim moments.
It is quintessential Joakim, and it makes me think of towards the end of his career after he had left the Bulls and was like trying to get picked up. I can't remember if it was Memphis or the Clippers days, whatever.
Okay.
But they were doing like a pickup game, a bunch of NBA players leading into a season. It was off season, like a summer pickup game.
Okay.
And Devin Booker, who was like a young rising point scoring star in the league, was bitching and moaning about how Joakim was running double teams in this 5-on-5. And he was like, we're not playing double team. Like I got to deal with double teams all throughout the regular season. And Joakim was like, no, shut up, kid. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. We're playing double teams.
Yeah, I felt Joe on that, dude. Who does that?
F out of here.
We ain't playing no double team. Yes, the hell we are. Like, this, what are you talking? This ain't a video game. It's like taking the fatigue off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That don't happen, bro. We gonna play.
Also, if you have to deal with double teams in the regular season, why would you not want to deal with that in a game where you're theoretically trying to improve yourself?
It's how you get better, man. And plus, you're removing something that Joakim Noah does well on the floor in a pickup game. All right? Nope. This just makes you love Joakim Noah more.
Yeah.
Like, you knowing that he would be the one to body up the president of the United States of America.
I would pay foolish amounts of money to get my hands on the tape of that pickup game at the White House.
Absolutely right, man. We know that tape ain't leaking.
Hey! Yeah, speaking of which, Damon in the comments, breaking news, Draymond Green training for a UFC matchup against CM Punk. We will be discussing the TMZ leakage that happened earlier today, but we're going to save it for postgame when we have time to really dive into it, because we did want to get to some thoughts about this upcoming matchup that we got.
I have thoughts.
I'm sure you do. We've all got thoughts.
I got thoughts, man.
But yeah, shout out to Joe, who managed to be the best part of a Tonight Show segment, even though he wasn't there.
Yeah, and a show that you would probably never watch.
Not at all.
Because that was literally your 3 worst people that you
No,
hate
I was
in one place.
scrolling through my YouTube feed this morning, and I watch a lot of the late night stuff the next day.
Okay.
Like Seth Meyers' Closer Look.
Okay.
Colbert's opening monologue. Like, I love those guys. I love late night.
Okay.
Never watch Fallon because he's a talentless hack. But in my feed, I saw Joakim Noah, and like my eyes have like Terminator level scanners.
Okay.
For when I see the
When
name
you see
Joakim Noah
Okay.
anywhere in the universe.
Okay.
And so I was like, pull over. What? And it's like, oh, this is Dwyane Wade telling a story involving Joakim.
Yep.
Yeah, play now.
Yep. And that's how I sent it to Matt. I was like, hey, Matt, it's your favorite player talking about Joakim Noah.
You're so mean.
And what was great was, and Joey, remind me to show you Matt's response to everything because it was really poetically horrible. Poetically really, really mean.
But the most mean stuff I said was about Jack Harlow.
I know, that's what I mean. Like, you really went in on Jack Harlow.
And I meant it.
And you, like, do you know anything about Jack Harlow outside of that day?
Other than the fact that apparently he makes music that some people enjoy.
Yeah, he's very
But
popular.
my first impression of the man without listening to any of his music is that guy is like capital of douchebag mountain. Just what he looks like. You like see a person, you're like, oh, that person's a douchebag for sure.
That's the one. So Jack
And then
Harlow,
I heard him talking on Fallon last night. I was like, yep, assumptions confirmed.
He's the what?
President douche.
Joey, how you feel about Jack Harlow? You like his music?
I don't listen to his music really at all.
Have
to
you
be
heard
honest with
anything
you.
from him?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Is it okay sounding to you?
Fine.
It's fine. That's the right word. Yes.
I would agree with what you said earlier before we went
Oh
live.
yeah,
when you said
it's
he's a
pop. Like when I
song.
heard it,
Yeah.
I was like, he's going to be a pop
Yeah.
artist.
He's
You
not.
can tell.
He's not my cup of tea necessarily, but no hate.
Yeah, no hate at all. But you can tell that's a pop artist. I
Like
was
that new song, First Class or something. Like
First
basically
Class.
just he's essentially just a Fergie. Like
Yes.
they just. So I don't really understand how that's his. Whatever. I don't know.
It went number one. People love it, and congratulations to him for that. His other song with Drake? Excuse me. Was it Churchill Downs? I think.
Yeah, he's got some good. Whatever.
Yeah, he's okay. Like, but I agree with what you said. He's fine. You know, he's
Definitely not Peck's cup of tea.
cool. No, but nobody likes cup of tea. Like, he judged him already without hearing the damn.
Well,
anything.
that's true.
Didn't have to.
He just saw it. It
Sometimes
was like,
I just know which people suck.
Matt, he's got a song called Tyler Hero. What do you think
Yeah,
about
he
that?
does. Oh my God,
That is-
yes. Because he's from Kentucky.
Double down on assumptions confirmed.
Yes.
No one needs to be making songs about Tyler Hero.
I forgot about that. Yes, he is from Kentucky and a huge basketball fan. And yes, he has a song called Tyler Hero with
He's
Tyler
pretty
Hero
good
in the
at.
video.
He's pretty good basketball player. He did that. He
He's
did
solid.
that
He was in
2-on-2
that celebrity
thing.
game.
Yeah.
They showed clips of him in that segment.
He
last
won
night.
Lil
MVP.
Baby versus who was horrible versus and like Quavo's, but I don't remember.
Quavo's solid.
You're-
Quavo's
you're
good.
speaking
Quavo's
Klingon
good.
to me right
Quavo's
now,
good.
Joey.
I speak his language. It's okay.
Quavo's
It's
good.
all right.
These
Sorry,
celebrity
Pac.
game.
Sorry,
where
we'll
I
have
look
to-
at the rosters and I'm like, who the fuck are all these people?
I'll get you a translator.
Celebrities.
That's right. I'm mistranslated. That's exactly
Right.
what it is.
I have 4 billion TikTok followers. Get out of here.
That's Matt Peck, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Promise we're about to actually talk Bulls Nuggets coming up in a minute here. But
Yes.
first, quick shout out to our friends at PointsBet.
PointsBet.
Which is bringing you a better way to bet live on games. Build the perfect live same game parlay by combining your favorite bets anytime during the game, including spreads, totals, player props, and more. Choose the outcome of the next drive and next points with PointsBet Lightning Bets. So whether you're on the move or on the couch, do it live on PointsBet. We're getting so close to being able to do same game parlays for NBA games.
Right there.
They don't let you do it for preseason games. We're so close.
Right there.
Download the PointsBet app today and sign up with promo code CHGO to get your first 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER for crisis counseling and referral services. Easy money taking the under on Broncos Colts last night. Easy. It was like, hey,
Wow.
do you want some free money? Take
yeah.
the under on this
I
garbage.
think a dude, man.
I saw your tweet too, though. You're like, man, if football fans think that Broncos Colts is as bad as it can get, hold on to your butts because we got
Listen.
Bears and Commanders.
Listen, man. Been a Bears fan all my life. You ain't seen bad. Until you watched your quarterback be sacked 9 times in 1.5, throw for 42 yards and an interception, end up getting sacked 10 times, gets a concussion. They bring in the backup who is Todd Collins, and they put his ass out when they do that. Bears scored 3 points that game. You don't know what it is. You don't know what it is, y'all. I promise you. It was terrible. I'm not saying it wasn't bad. It sucked. And why were they throwing it on 4th and 1? Why? Just a simple run right there. What are y'all doing? That didn't make any sense. But yes, you don't know.
I thought that Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson separated from one another.
Right.
Well, he missed a wide open receiver.
He did.
He was wide open.
That he did.
He wouldn't have missed a wide open handoff to somebody on 4th and 1. It's 4th and 1. All right.
So, stamp of the game. Who do we want to see put their stamp on the game tonight? Big Dave, your answer is?
Kobe White.
Kobe White.
He is who I want to see put the stamp on this game. Pow! Stamp of the night. That's who I need because he's coming back off this injury.
Right.
Okay? And in the last game when he wasn't in there, that gave more time for Dalen Terry to come in there and pretty much shine and steal the hearts of Bulls Nation early. I didn't think it was going to happen this early. I thought it was going to be later in the season. He was going to do something to hype everybody up.
Right.
I didn't think he was going to do it in the preseason, but he's stolen their hearts already, and already they're like, put him in, replace Kobe, get him in there right now. I need Kobe to come in and show him who the hell he is. Like I said in his Prove It, I need him to come in. He's MFing Kobe White and just put his stamp on this game, man. Let everybody know he is serious and really good at basketball. I need to see him put his stamp on this game.
I like that. My answer was, and I guess I still will say is, Patrick Williams. Mm-hmm. We just heard moments ago that Billy Donovan is making a switch from Tuesday night starting lineup, and that switch is benching Patrick Williams in favor of Javonte Green.
I don't hate it.
And I got to say, even as someone who is a believer in Patrick Williams and wants nothing more than to see him take a substantial leap in his abilities and his production this season, I completely understand why Billy did this.
Yeah.
And I think the reasons are twofold. One, Javonte Green looked like the more useful player on Tuesday.
Yes,
he was moving around. He was making things happen on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
You know, making cuts off the ball, getting buckets at the rim, and then being 5 Javantes on defense.
Yes, correct.
2, maybe by doing this, you light some kind of fire under Patrick Williams to be like, hey, kid, I know you're the number 4 overall pick from a couple years ago, but damn, you looked disinterested on Tuesday, and Javonte looks like a guy who wants to be here.
Yeah.
So I'm starting the guy who looked like he wanted to be out there the last time we played. Show me something different.
You know, last time when Will was here and we had this conversation about Patrick, we talked about Billy Donovan putting him in a situation where he can succeed, putting him in his most comfortable position where he can do something for this team. And I think this is one of those steps to that. I don't know if this is the comfortable position for him, but I like the fact they're trying it, is my point. We need to see him be the dude that we think he is somewhere on the floor. You know what I mean? Not just glimpses or flashes, consistency about it. Bringing him off the bench, the first thing I thought of was, well, yeah, that's literally where he came from, like off of Florida State. That's what he is used to, is coming off the bench. Maybe he sees the floor a little better. Maybe it's a little easier for him because he isn't in the game with those big stars at that time, with the Zach, with the Vooch, with the DeMar DeRozan, guys like that. We'll see. I don't know. But I like that Billy's doing this. And again, I say it a trillion times, Billy Donovan is not beholden to any lineup. He will try anything, even in the preseason. He's trying it. And I love the fact that he's trying it. So this just makes it stuff more exciting for me, honestly. Like, now I'm like, oh, yeah, let's see if this works. Let's see it. Let's watch it.
Yeah. People chiming in the comments. Al saying, great move. Make him look in the mirror. Make Pat look in the mirror. And Colin kind of echoing a bit of what you were just saying with it's not benching Pat as much as it is letting him lead the bench unit. So maybe this is, sort of like a two-pronged attack from Billy to say maybe it's motivating Pat, but also if I play him with that second unit, he will get more opportunities to be a primary scoring option.
Yeah.
And we talked about it. I can't remember if it was during postgame or on our Wednesday episode following up, but we saw very much the same thing in preseason game number 1 as we saw most of last season, which was DeMar playing with 4 bench guys spanning the end of the first and into the second quarter, and that not going very well on most nights because it was 4 guys standing around watching DeMar in ISO.
Right.
Maybe this move from Billy is to not only motivate Pat, but to say maybe we can get Pat to have that confidence to look to score if he's looking around and saying, I'm the first or second best scoring option we got out here right now.
Right.
So I guess give me the damn ball.
And yes, and if you recall, like we spoke about that a lot, about how we wanted to see Patrick Williams with the second unit.
Right.
We thought that's where he was going to get his opportunities, because as Marquette and Will continue to say, he's not going to get those opportunities with the starting lineup. He's basically the fourth or fifth option there. But with that second unit, that's where we wanted to see it, because he would be either the second guy, or at least at most he'll be the third guy. You know what I'm saying? At most he'll be that third dude on the team. So I just want to see it. You know what I mean? Because Billy's trying something new. This is the time to do it. Let's figure it out now before we get into the season. And then he's like, I don't know what the hell we're doing. So, yeah, I like it. And, again, I can't wait to watch it. I want to see how it works.
Shout out to our guy, Not That Matt, who said, we were hoping P-Will would turn out to be Kawhi, but not just Kawhi's personality. They do very much have that same, like, stone face. Like, do you even like basketball?
Exactly. Right.
Are you interested at all to be here? Demond, meanwhile, disagrees with this notion that maybe doing this will be good for Pat.
Okay.
Giving him more shots and lighting a fire under his butt, saying bringing him off the bench is going to kill his confidence even more. If he wasn't the number 4 pick, this would be great. Okay, I understand what you're saying in the first part of your comment there. The second part I disagree with.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters a damn where Pat was drafted.
At all.
What you need to prove on an NBA roster is that you deserve minutes.
Yeah.
And beyond that, possibly, for some of them, you deserve to be a starter.
Yeah.
Which we know from talking to our buddies, Kendall and Will, matters. Like, Bulls fans and like our guy Will and analysts and people who watch the game say, it's not who starts that matters, it's who closes. And that is true. But to players playing, starting and being a starter matters to them.
It matters. Like, your check matters too. You know what I mean? Like, your status matters when you're that way. But honestly, I want to know if it just feels like it might be the move for him. But I don't know. I'm just talking about feelings right now. It feels like it might be a good move for him to see it coming off the bench, because he hasn't done that. You know, since he's been here, he's always been that dude in the game, period. Point blank, since the beginning of his rookie season. And that's because you look at him and you're like, why aren't you great? Like, yes, you're huge, you're tall, you're strong, you can do all these things. You start, and he's like, yeah, I don't know what to do. So it's very interesting. So I honestly want to see if it works and it lights that fire, because like you said, like Will said, it's not about the starting, it's about the closing. But for me, it's about the in-between when it comes to Patrick Williams. You know what I'm saying? He has to get it to the point where a closing lineup matters. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to watch it, man. I am.
Before we move on real quick, Jeremy from the top rope saying, unless it's for an injury reason, Billy Donovan benching Pat is hindering his development. If that decision continues, fire Billy Donovan. He doesn't believe in Pat. Hire a new coach. Pat as a starter is the future.
All right.
There's a lot there.
Jeremy.
I'm just going to go right past it.
Coming in hot.
Good for you for having that take. I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself in a preseason game.
Just a little. But, these are Bulls fans.
We're not talking about him not believing in Zach LaVine. Like, what is Patrick Williams not shown that he's that guy?
Not yet. You know what I mean? And why continue to bust your head against a wall when you're not cracking it? You know what I mean? Like, you'll crack your skull. So what?
I'm giving Billy the benefit of the doubt right now.
Yeah.
If he thinks he has his reasons to bring Pat off the bench tonight instead of starting him in a meaningless preseason game,
practice.
I'm going to say cool.
Practice, y'all.
I think Billy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, practice. We talking about practice.
Not a game.
Not a game.
Kind of a game.
Kind of a game.
All right, before we get out of here, let's take a quick look at the Bulls' opponents tonight. There was a update on two-time MVP Nikola Jokic from Mike Singer on Twitter, who said earlier today that because of a wrist injury, they are abundance of caution, et cetera, holding the Joker out tonight.
Okay.
So one fewer problem for the Bulls' disgusting defense to deal with.
Yes,
right, Big Dave?
Very much so, man. Nobody wants no part of that. That dude's good from what I've been told.
Right.
He's a really good basketball player. Like, take the night off. I think if this was the season, I think he'd be playing. But, no. There's no point in him getting out there. What's he proven? You know what I'm saying? It's anything. The people you want to see are Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray, especially Jamal Murray. definitely excited to see him be back on the floor. The NBA is better with Jamal Murray in it, man.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see him back on the floor doing things like that. So, but they have a really, really talented team, man.
Squad,
they
dude.
got a talented squad.
The Nuggets are, I think, my dark horse Western Conference team.
Ooh,
I've been thinking it for like a couple weeks now, and I'll go ahead and throw it out there. They are my dark horse team to win the West this year.
There it is.
If Jamal Murray comes back to being bubble Jamal Murray, and Jokic is Jokic, and Michael Porter Jr. stays healthy, and I know that that's a big if, and he dealt with the back injury again last season. But that plus their role guys, they stole Bruce Brown away from Brooklyn. Incredible role player. Bones Highland, who our DNVR Nuggets crew are obsessed with.
Yes, they are. Shout out.
They also are obsessed with Zeke Naji, who looks like a pretty darn good player.
Yeah,
he led them in scoring off the bench in their first preseason game. And speaking of that first preseason game, they took a L to the Oklahoma City Thunder 112-101 on Monday night. Preseason game, it was back and forth. But that game was Jamal Murray's first NBA action in 539 days.
I'm going to say it's a long time.
I forgot that it was that long of a gap for Jamal.
Man. Yeah, it's been a minute for him to be back on the floor. That's why I'm very excited for him, because everything with them kind of hinders, kind of like the Bulls, it hinders on health. Because Murray, you worry about his, and of course Porter, he's got a back injury. You're always going to be worried about him. I don't care how healthy he is. He has a back.
Right.
So you're going to be concerned. But when they're healthy, they're vicious, and I would love to see how they match up. The Bulls honestly match up well with them. We saw that in the regular season last year. They match up really well with them, man, with the wings that they have, the athleticism, the transition that they play with. Like, we saw that. But, they're a different level kind of team right now. They're not really figuring out who they are, like the Bulls kind of are.
Right.
They know who they are. They're just trying to make sure Murray is healthy. They're trying to make sure Michael Porter Jr. is healthy, man. But the Bulls, we're figuring out who we are. There's nothing wrong with that, because this is the time to do it in the preseason. So, let's figure it out. Let's see it, and let's toss the ball up, have some fun, man.
Yeah, and I'm very intrigued to see what the Nuggets do as far as running their offense tonight. Because I didn't watch that Nuggets-Thunder game from earlier this week. Jokic only played 15 minutes in that one, along with most of the starters only played a handful of minutes. But so I couldn't really tell what they ran. But if the Nuggets keep more of their starters out there for real minutes tonight, but Jokic is not one of them, I mean, when he's out there, they run their entire offense through him.
Yeah.
So what do they do tonight without Jokic being the hub of their offense? I'm very curious. I mean, are we just going to see a lot of Jamal Murray and a lot of Michael Porter Jr.?
Yes.
Cool. Is there going to be issues with their ball movement? Can the Bulls defense look better than they did on Tuesday night, because the Nuggets are playing unaccustomed to what they usually have, which is the best passing big man, arguably, that the NBA has ever seen?
So would you, watching this Bulls defense tonight, and we know Bulls fans are going to be either one way or another on this. They're either going to freak out with excitement if it looks good, or they're going to say this is the worst.
Locking down Jamal?
Yes.
Or trying to?
Right.
Would love to see that.
Or they're going to say this is the worst defense in the history of sports. There will be no in-between. There will be no, it's only preseason, none of that stuff.
Right,
So I guess I'm wondering, from you, what do you really want to see from this defense tonight for the Bulls? Like, do you still want to see them kind of figuring things out? You know what I'm saying? Or will you just be like, will they be clamping them down and you'll be like, yep.
I mean,
we got it.
If there's one thing in particular that I would like to see the Bulls do better defensively tonight than they did on Tuesday, rotations. Their defensive rotations on Tuesday made me want to wipe my ass, even though I had no reason to.
I'm going to need you to wipe your ass, though, man.
I mean, like, I do when I'm supposed to. But watching their defensive rotations, I was like, somebody made a stinker in here.
Okay, got you.
Whew.
I need to check myself.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
I understand. Yes, sir.
And on that uplifting note, it's 7 p.m. Chicago time.
Oh, man.
Tip off just around the corner. Thanks, everybody, for tuning into pregame. We had 100-plus people watching tonight.
Justin.
And 23 likes. Hit that thumbs up button.
Colin,
we
Michael,
appreciate it.
Ivan, all y'all, man.
Shout out to all of you out there in Bulls Nation. I see a lot of P-Will skepticism in the last 5 minutes of comments.
Jeremy, shout out to you, too,
We'll revisit that in postgame after we see what P-Will does tonight.
Yes, sir.
Bulls back, Bow, BWL Sports, CHGO_Bulls. Our guy Joey's here hanging out with us. We got the place to ourselves.
We're going to be loud.
Bulls Nuggets. Game on. We'll see you right back here for postgame. See you right. Be good.